Mister. Mister.
Samantha Waters was made a widow by Donald Lucas. If that isn't enough, your client forced this law enforcement officer and dedicated mother into a life of confinement and fear. He also faces 15 additional counts of murder. There is not a jury on this planet that won't deliver the death penalty.
So what are you offering?
Plead guilty, save the taxpayers a fortune, and I'll agree to life without the possibility.
What's she like in the sack, Mr. Sterling? Does she let you lead, or does she take matters into her own hands?
For God's sake, Donald.
Your entire case can be reduced to one fundamental issue, Sterling. You want Sam. You want what rightfully belongs to me.
The only thing that rightfully belongs to you is that twisted landscape you call a mind. Plead guilty, and he lives.
Pass.
Let's consider for a moment.
Let's consider for the moment that you're fired.
Donald.
Get out of my sight!
That's legal team number 3. At this rate, you're gonna wind up with some kid who got his degree in night school.
My motives are pure, Sam. They always have been. I'm not trying to build a national reputation using you as my ticket to the Attorney General's office. How judicious, Sterling.
Throw him back in his cell.
The only one who understands you, Sam. The things you want to know, and especially the things that you don't.
What do you think he meant by especially the things you don't?
There's nothing that he can do to me that he hasn't already done.
Come here.
3,000 gigabytes of encrypted data, hundreds of embedded macros, self-integrated operating system. I mean, it's like dissecting Donald Lucas's brain. Now I almost know how Grace feels.
All this was obtained from his lair.
We assume he created these files and his method of encoding them in the event of capture.
Of course, it'd be helpful to know what I'm supposed to be looking for.
I think it'll be clear when you find it.
Something he hasn't told Sam yet. Something she wouldn't want to know.
Where is she now?
Packing. We got a call from Los Angeles. Third murder in 18 days. We'll leave him now.
Now, Lucas used a shredder program to overwrite his files. He even had a self-checking erasure system. If you missed a call in by as little as 15 seconds, the entire database erased itself. So retrieving the information will be close to impossible.
What you meant to say is, I relish the challenge.
Yeah, I relish the challenge.
Listen, you've known Sam a lot longer than I have. It seems to me that she can handle just about anything.
She's proven it.
Well, I said just about anything. What couldn't she handle? I will do whatever it takes to make sure he never hurts her again. You know that, don't you?
If I thought otherwise, Paul.
Current temperature is 74 degrees. It's cooler tonight with temperatures falling to the mid-50s downtown and the valley.
Passing Man's Chinese Theater.
First and third victims were locals. One lived in Brentwood, the other one Beverly Hills. The second victim was from Bettendorf, Iowa. He was in Hollywood for a pharmaceutical company convention.
The latest victim, Randall Stahl, made a fortune on commercial real estate.
Yeah, he's worth about $3 million.
Everyone out here is worth at least $3 million.
No, they just live like it. All these guys were beaten to death by somebody who was very
My motives are
angry
pure.
with his fists.
They always have been.
We're all found without shoes.
I'm not trying to build a national reputation using you as my ticket to the Attorney General's office. My motives are pure,
Sam? You all right?
Yeah.
Was the last victim left in an alleyway like the others?
Yeah, just above Sunset Boulevard.
Well, all of the victims were left in very well-lit areas. It's almost as if they had been left in a spotlight.
Theatrical. He could have some connection to the film industry.
Yeah, but none of the victims did. So I doubt that the murderers were motivated by professional jealousy or anger over a failed career, but he definitely wants them found. We must validate him in some way.
We're still adding to our list of violent offenders released in the area.
Has the crime scene been preserved?
I think you'll find it acceptable.
His wallet was still in his pocket. There was nothing missing. ID, credit cards, $300 cash. I take Philippe. I'm guessing the shoes might have been Mali. Some of those puppies are worth $800.
He left the cash in the watch. He didn't care what the shoes were worth.
Is there a corsage near the other bodies?
First one, yes. Second one, no.
Windpipe crushed. Occipital fractures. No sign that the killer used an instrument. He was strong, though. Maybe a martial arts guy? No blood, no throw off. He was killed somewhere else.
Same deal as the others.
Romantic.
What?
Taking the shoes, leaving the corsage could be part of some ritual. He may be trying to reenact some specific event.
Like what?
I don't know. But it's almost as if the violence of the kill is being offset by his notion of romance.
So at this point, you don't know if the killer had any personal connection to his victims?
Correct.
Well, what else do we know about him? Where'd he hang out? Bars, country clubs? Was he married?
Randall and I would have been married 14 years next week.
14 very good years, judging by this place. Or maybe not. Any marital problems?
This is L.A.
Your husband recently suffer any business reversal? Any angry investors?
No.
Drug use?
A little cocaine now and then. Purely recreational.
Incidents of abuse?
I beg your pardon.
How often did your husband beat you?
I have 2 children that I adore, a beautiful home, financial security for
How
the rest.
often, Mrs. Stahl?
Just when he drank.
Was he drinking last night?
I didn't see him last night. I've lied to more important people than you about my husband's abuse.
I'm sure you have.
I believe the fat man. I'm mad as this type or any other type. Only last night, I tailed the fat man. Where does he go?
Straight as a string from the hotel
where
was
he's behaving
friendly with some dame, right to the joint where Harry met his demise.
I'm no genius. When 2 and 2 gets me 5. Where does he go?
Straight as a string from the hotel where he's behaving friendly with some dame, right to the joint where Harry met his demise.
I'm no genius.
7:30. Bring your appetite.
My motives are pure, sir.
Great.
I'm not
We'll meet you there,
trying to build a national reputation using you as my ticket to the Attorney General's office. My motives are pure, sir.
Best restaurant in Hollywood. Faulkner used to go there. What?
Something Lucas said. None of the victims were killed at the point of discovery, so mobility is key for this guy.
Everyone is mobile here.
All of the murders were committed at different times of the day. He has a flexible work schedule.
Someone with this kind of physical prowess might spend a lot of time at the gym.
Messenger, delivery guy. Those guys usually set their own hours.
John talked to the last victim's wife. Randy Stahl abused her physically. Checking to see if the other victims were also abusive to women.
Ignore him, just go!
Is that your shoe?
Forget the shoe, just go!
If there was a specific event, why is he trying to reenact it? Wasn't he traumatized by it in the first place?
Well, all the more reason to recreate it. He gains control, which is something he probably didn't have when it actually occurred.
I just saw that guy. The guy who plays the millionaire in Gilligan's Island. What's his name?
He's dead.
Oh. Well, I guess it wasn't him then. Anyway, Winslow, the conventioneer from Bettendorf, has 4 assault charges involving women pending in Iowa. And victim number 1 checked into an anger management program a week before he was killed.
We're 3 for 3 on abusers.
How would the killer know about Winslow if he was from out of town?
Well, he probably had an incident in town.
I'm getting with Connor and Weiss on that one later.
Good.
There could be a woman's influence. Someone that he wants to protect. Someone who provides a sense of softness, romance.
Are most of those guys loners?
Most, but not all. I think that he either has a woman in his life or he did have one. He doesn't want to see the world as a harsh place, even though he knows that it is. He witnesses abuse, and he wants to avenge it.
Yeah?
He wants women to be safe.
Oh, I remember you.
He needs to be the hero.
And I remember you, Buster.
Map says the hideaway where Tracy and Hepburn used to meet is just up the hill from here.
That's because the guy who sold it to you was just down the hill from here. They actually tryst it at a guest house on George Cukor's estate in Beverly Hills. One of the enduring romances of all time.
Oh, here's William Holden's house. Oh, do you remember that I Love Lucy where she picked the orange off of William Holden's tree?
That was grapefruit from Richard Woodmark.
Meet Jack Fairgate, endodontist, cable talk show host. Everybody's a hyphenate in this town. He's another abuser. Neighbors heard fighting going on between him and various women all the time. Lived in a $1 million bungalow just above the strip.
Where was he killed?
His place. It's the only murder site we're certain of.
At least 3 miles away.
Why would he bring the body here? I mean, he could have left it at the house or 100 places in between.
Well, we figure he's dumping the bodies away from the murder scene to try to throw us off.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we enter into his thinking. I think these crimes are all about him.
So the fat man says to me this. I never been within 10 blocks of that joint where Harry was killed. Never within 10, I says. Never within 20, he says. Now, normally, I believe the fat man on matters of this type or any other type. Except when he's handicapping the nags, which brings out the definite liar in him.
Hey, let go of me.
my tailor. Get a coat that fits. Only last night, I tailed the fat man. Where does he go? Straight as a string from the hotel where he's behaving friendly with some dame, right to the joint where Harry met his demise. Now, I'm no genius, but when 2 and 2 gets me 5, I become suspicious. And when I become suspicious...
Thanks, mister. Can I freshen you?
If I was any fresher, you'd have to slap my face. And when I become suspicious, I get this buzzing sensation in the balls of my feet.
Thanks, mister. Can I freshen you?
If I was any fresher.
Yeah, it's good. We need 2 more guys. They're on the side. They see me. No. All right. Huh, what am I gonna do? Sit around and worry about it? Big one comes. I just hope I'm in Vegas.
Malone.
Bailey, it's George. I'm calling from your office. I hope you don't mind. I've been going through Lucas's hard drives. I had to download through an encrypted data retriever because it wouldn't recognize my operating system.
What does that mean in my language?
Are you alone right now? I mean, is Sam with you?
Sam and Chloe in some kind of physical danger, George?
Physical? No. I just don't think it's safe to tell you over the phone.
Well, then pouch it to me here, eyes only.
No, Bailey, I can't risk it. What Donald Lucas knew or knows is...
Okay, George, get on the first plane you can.
Yeah? Yeah, 100. 2-pack?
Touch me. Just don't touch me.
You tell me what to do? Huh? Since when do you tell me anything?
I'm sorry, but...
What?
Stop it!
You can't leave acting like this. Shut up! Just shut up! Ain't nobody gonna help you.
Get him off of me!
Shut up! Just shut up! Ain't nobody gonna help you. Get up!
Yes!
What the hell are you looking at?
A dominant, aggressive personality who also sees the world in softer terms. He wants to be the knight in shining armor, so when he sees a woman in trouble, he wants to defend her.
Latest case fits his pattern. He follows the abusers to a place where he feels safe. Then he attacks. The woman never knows who defended him.
No, but he does. And what is important is proving to himself that he's a hero. I don't know, maybe at one point in his life he failed to be one.
So what we're looking for here is a white male, maybe a delivery guy, a cab driver, 18 to 35.
No, older. Maybe even as old as 50.
Ancient, you mean?
No. I just meant older than the statistical norm.
Why?
Because there is a sense of chivalry that underlies these crimes. I mean, if this guy is in a relationship, he's probably very faithful to it. He comes from a time when men opened car doors, tipped their hats, bought women corsages. 1940s, 50s.
Good old days.
Yeah. A time when it was assumed that women needed protecting. The good old days.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Nick, please?
No. I'm sorry, there's no Nick here.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you.
That's all right.
The conventioneer from Iowa had to hook her up to his hotel room. He got rough with her. She called a cab from the Gold Medal Cab Company. I spoke to the dispatcher. Got us a name.
Good work, John.
James Ledbetter?
Yes?
Detective Connor, Hollywood Division, is Special Agent Malone, Agent Grant of the FBI.
Please, come in. FBI?
We have some questions we'd like to ask you.
Why would you be... Can I ask what this is regarding?
We'll discuss that at the station.
I'm not under arrest, am I?
Why would you ask that?
Well,
No, sir, you are not under arrest at this time.
Can I get my shoes?
When I become suspicious, I get this buzzing sensation in the balls of my feet.
Will you state your name, please?
James Ledbetter.
Are you taking this examination at your own request?
Yes.
Do you drive a taxi for a living?
His apartment's a time warp. 1950s wall to wall. You had this guy pegged.
South Gower Avenue in Hollywood.
Yes.
Are your eyes blue?
No.
Did you kill Jeffrey Winslow?
No.
Did you kill Jack Fairgate?
No.
Are you 51 years old?
Yes.
Is your hair brown?
Yes.
Did you kill Randall Stahl?
No.
Do you know who killed Randall Stahl?
No.
Look, I understand all about your profile, but he passed the test.
Come on, Warren. You know how unreliable polygraph.
He passed the test. I got nothing else to hold him on. I got a kick.
He's 51. He drives a cab. The furniture in his
He
apartment...
passed the test. Frankly, I can see why. That guy couldn't beat an egg, let alone 3 victims who
He
were...
could have suppressed his rage. When he becomes adrenalized...
What do you want me to do?
Put a tail on.
He makes us, and we get hit with a harassment lawsuit.
Look, he's gonna kill again.
Get a warrant to search his place.
On the basis of what? Suppressed rage?
On the basis of, if he does kill again, you'll find yourself counting traffic tickets in Van Nuys.
I'll try and get a warrant.
I agree with him. I know about rage and I know about adrenaline. And since there's no indication a drug like PCP was involved, I don't see how that man could have inflicted damage to his victims with Bruce Lee.
If you disagree with me...
Well, we work together. When we have to circle the wagons, we circle the wagons.
Hi.
Just says that since the cemetery has been sold for condominium development, you're giving us the right to transfer the remains to our facility in Canyon Country, expenses to be paid by us. We have a wonderful variety of headstones to choose from. Of course, that cost would be on you.
I can't afford any.
verified this?
From the most reliable source. The first thing I thought was, is it our responsibility to tell her?
We're talking about Sam.
I know. That's why I asked the question.
If it was you, wouldn't you want to be told?
No.
Well, she would.
How can you be so sure?
Because she would. If you didn't think this was our responsibility, why did you call me?
Okay, what if Lucas doesn't plan to tell her?
He'll tell her.
What if he doesn't? We'll have dropped a bombshell on her for no reason.
Trying to talk yourself into something even you don't believe, George. Why would Lucas have kept this if he didn't plan to use it?
Use it as what? Insurance to keep her from testifying?
He'd be an idiot to think that. He's no idiot. Nothing would keep her from testifying, not even this. This isn't about the trial. There's no relevance to the trial. This is about the relationship he thinks he has with her, is desperate to have with her. And he'll use it just to destroy the one remaining link to her past, to ensure that he's the only man in her life. The question is, will it be any less destructive if she hears it from us?
You know, his whole mindset is trapped in the 50s. I'm beginning to think that maybe we overlooked the drop site as a component of his overall psychology. You think?
Wait, didn't you say they were just office buildings, nondescript, relatively modern?
None of them existed in the 50s. Two of the sites are vacant lots.
Yeah, well, I asked Connor to get us a map of the area, something they used as a guide for tourists dating back to...
What?
I've been sitting here talking for about a half an hour, and neither one of you has looked at me once. I mean, what is wrong? Do I have spinach in my teeth or something? Or...
We're thinking. We have to look at you while we're thinking.
Why did you come here?
Bailey said you guys were kind of stuck. I thought maybe I could help.
Unstick us.
Exactly.
Where are we with the search warrant?
One of my men is waiting in the courtroom as we speak. As soon as it's issued, we'll have it. This puppy was not easy to find.
How old?
1850. First body was found right here, just behind 8433 Sunset.
Well, now it's a comedy workshop, but back in 1950, it was Sarah's nightclub. Rental stall was found near what, 8610 Sunset? Which was once the Trocadero.
Jack Fairgate. Across from where the Brown Derby used to be.
All Hollywood landmarks of the 40s and 50s.
That's the fourth time he's played that piece of tape.
He sees himself as a hero, a guy who protects the girl.
Yeah, but why the same scene over and over again?
What the hell movie is that?
Well, judging by the cinematography, I'd put it somewhere in the late 40s. Lack of production values would probably indicate one of the low-budget studios that were prevalent at the time, like American Cinema and United Filmmakers were both companies that specialized in cheap rip-offs of Raymond Chandler-type material. Misspent youth.
Well, that call certainly made a magic, didn't it?
John.
I'm on it.
I need to get inside that apartment.
And I know where I can find a copy of that movie.
What the hell's taking Connor so long? I want that warrant.
Billy, what aren't you telling me?
There's nothing.
Come on, Billy.
George has a problem. The ramifications are potentially serious.
He's not sick.
No. No, it's not his health. But he came to me in confidence, and I can't betray that.
So the fat man says to me this. I never been within 10 blocks of that joint where Harry was killed. Never within 10, I says. Never within 20, he says. Now, normally, I believe the fat man on matters of this type or any other type. Except when he's handicapping the nags, which brings out the definite liar.
Let go of me.
No, hey, come on. Listen.
Final Sunset, American Cinema, 1952.
Just a drink.
Call Mr. Young, my tailor. Get a coat that fits.
Now, there are at least 3 other scenes where Nick rescues the girl.
Well, maybe it's the physicality of this one, the way he punches the bad guy.
Well, see, on the dock, he tackles the guy.
And when I become suspicious,
Thanks, mister. Can I freshen you?
I was any.
This is the only one where the girl actually says something. Billy, he's watching this movie because of her.
Margot was played by Betty Grant. Never heard of her.
Chances are neither is anyone else.
Picture was made in '52. James would have been about 5.
She may be his mother. Betty Grant might be her stage name. Now, what if something happened to her, something traumatic that involved James? I mean, that could be the event that he keeps trying to recreate.
We could be talking about 45 years ago. Why would it trigger him now?
I don't know. But he's been living in a world that hasn't changed in 45 years. The answer might be there.
You're warned.
Great.
Great.
Yeah, no, I think I got exact change. Yeah.
This all the time.
I only want my fair share.
No, wait a minute, not this
I'm not asking
time.
for all of it.
It's my stash.
It's like I haven't shared with you. I have no problem cutting you. Give me your stash. Where's the stash? You want to die? You want to die right now? Because I will cut you. I have no problem cutting you. Do you want to get cut? Do you?
Look at this. 11 and a half, 10, 12 and a half. All the shoes in his bedroom are size 9. That explains the missing shoes.
Bailey, listen to this. It's LA Tribune, October 7, 1954. Betty Grant, part-time actress, real name, Nancy Ledbetter. Boyfriend Vic Rogers pleads guilty.
Boyfriend admitted he beat her 5-year-old son, James, trying on his custom-made shoes.
Well, that's why he takes the shoes.
When Nancy went to help him, Rogers killed her. That line in Final Sunset is the one and only on film. That chick girl at Ciro's, Trocadero, Coconut Grove.
Bailey, listen to this. A month ago, James was told that his mother's body was going to be exhumed and moved to another cemetery. A week later, he started killing. He couldn't defend her then, and he can't defend her now.
Nick McDonald. The name of the detective in the movie.
So you have a child. A child who thinks that it's his fault that his mother died, so he has unbearable guilt. So what does he do? He becomes someone else. His role model, who's strong enough to do what he can to protect women from abuse. Really, that's why he passed the polygraph. He has 2 distinct personalities. James doesn't know that Nick exists.
Malone.
We got a hostage situation with our boy.
Where?
Okay. Okay, James. Just put the knife down, all right?
James, listen to him. Put down the knife. No, stay back, stay back.
Whoa, easy. Whoa, wait. Hold on. Oh, God. Stay back. Don't push him. Stand easy now.
I'm not getting anywhere with this guy.
Where are we?
Put the sniper on the roof across the street. Unless you drop that knife, we can't help you.
What makes you think I need your help, copper? This guy's mine. I'll take the fall with him, but I won't turn him over to you.
Get ready, boys.
He's not going to give up. The hero never gives up.
What are you talking about?
Get the chopper out of here. Have the sniper stand down and tell these men to lower their guns.
Not while he's got a hostage.
He'll kill himself and the hostage.
Charlie, lose the chopper. Boys, relax. Lower your weapons. Okay, James. See there? We don't want to hurt you. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We just want to try to end this thing. When we end it, we can talk. Nothing's gonna happen unless you let him go, James.
He isn't James anymore. Nick?
If this doesn't work, have the sniper take him out.
Call me Sam, why don't you?
I once knew a gal named Sam.
Yeah? What was she like?
Just another dame, only more so. Hold it right there.
Were you sweet on her, Nick? I think you were. I think that she was one of those gals that makes you want to swear off gals for good, but you wake up in the morning wishing she was there so you could smell the coffee and know that she was brewing it just for you. Is that how it was?
You thought so?
Well, I can see why. I mean, a gal would have to be ice not to go for a guy like you. All she'd have to do is look at you and know she was safe.
Say that again, honey.
You took care of this guy, Nick. He can't hurt that girl anymore.
Damn right he won't.
You took care of all of them.
That baby goes for the job.
That's a job that James couldn't do, could he?
You little bastard didn't do a thing. Just watched and turned away. Well, no one's gonna hurt those gals as long as Nick McDonald's around. Oh, God, no!
No. Okay, that's right, Nick, that's right. You were strong enough to protect all of them. Just like you would have been strong enough to protect Nancy if you'd been there.
She wouldn't have died. She died because of him.
Well, what could he have done to save her?
It was her son.
There was nothing he could do.
Tries. That's what he does. He tries.
He was a boy, 5 years old. What can a boy do against a grown man?
He was yellow, that's all. She tried to help him.
She was his mother. A mother will do anything to save her child. It's her most powerful instinct.
Did he try? Just stood and watched, and then ran?
As any child would have. He was afraid. It wasn't his fault. And she never would have blamed him.
She wouldn't?
No, of course not.
Blamed himself.
For all these years. But what she did out of love. She loved you.
She would have been ashamed.
No. She would have been proud of you. She was proud of you. James. You were her hero.